So hello GMO-free Idahoans. I'm in eastern Idaho visiting family in Ashton, and I'm actually in Victor right now at Snowdrift Organic Farms, and there's a great slow food movement going on in the Teton Valley, and we wanted to give you guys a little bit of an idea of what they're doing and expose it. So this is Georgie, and she runs the farm.
Hi.
And so Georgie, could you just tell us, you know, this is obviously a passion of yours, why you started farming, especially organically?
I used to be a mountain guide and I couldn't do that anymore, but I really liked taking care of the land, so I started gardening. When I stopped guiding, I wasn't gardening at all then. And it seemed like good work, doing good things that I enjoyed.
Awesome.
And the organic thing wasn't even a decision. It was just sort of where I naturally went.
Great. So here you're doing flowers, you're doing vegetables, grains.
No grains.
Greens.
Greens,
yeah.
Yep.
And you're also doing animals. Can you talk about the animals that you're raising?
Sure. We have a small herd of Dexter cows, which is an old breed of cattle, which has excellent meat, and they can also be milked or used to work. And they're grass-fed, and they eat the hay that we grow on the farm in the winter, and the alfalfa that we grow here. We also have pigs that eat the alfalfa and root up the roots to transition it to garden space. They're also very good at killing quackgrass or eating quackgrass and getting rid of quackgrass on the edges of our gardens. We use them for that. I don't breed the pigs though, I get piglets every spring. And then we have a flock of laying hens that spend their summer in an old RV camper trailer, and they go around and fertilize the fields and get to eat the grass and the grubs and the worms and stuff.
That's so great and sustainable. And in the Teton Valley, I mean, Ashton's cold and winters are brutal, and over here it's even worse. So you're telling me that you get like 3 months without frost?
Pretty much. You know, we're hard pressed to get 100 days without frost, and it's zone 3. Sometimes you could say it might be zone 4. Some zone 4 plants do live here. But yeah, we're at 6,200 feet at the base of the Tetons and the Snake River Range. So.
Cool. So you do all your starts in this greenhouse to get everything going. So let's just take a look at what you've got in here. So when do you start everything?
We starting things in March, but we can't plant out tender annuals till around after June 5th. So.
Okay. And so do you do beets and potatoes and?
Yep, we do onions and leeks and garlic and beets and carrots and potatoes and parsnips and cabbage and Napa cabbage and bok choy and chard and kale and spinach and arugula and lettuces and head lettuce and head cabbage, lots of stuff. I probably missed a few peas and beans. We have a bean variety that we can grow here in Idaho from a Idaho source.
That's so great, because even though you have a short growing season, you're doing so much. So people have a really good variety.
Yeah, so we go to 3 farmers markets a week in July, August, and September. And then we've started a small CSA in the last couple years where people will pay up ahead of time, and they'll receive a variety of vegetables that we harvest every week for 20 weeks.
So is your CSA full right now?
Yes.
But someone can come and work in exchange for a share?
Yes, we also have work shares. So people come here and trade 5 hours of labor a week in exchange for vegetables.
That's such a good deal.
And,
I did that last
the spring
year.
share might not be anything on a given week, but the fall share is huge. And we give them a lot of storage vegetables in the fall, so they don't have to eat it all up in 1 week. But
Very
that's
cool.
been really successful. And we tried to do the CSA a little differently. So this year our CSA has a dozen eggs, a cut of meat, a share of vegetables, and throughout the season a gallon of syrup, and it's probably still a half a pound of cheese a week.
Wow. We don't have a CSA like that in
So
Boise. That's amazing.
We're trying to give a variety of local products. Of course, the maple syrup isn't local, but it's a local person that has the sugar bush back in Vermont.
Okay, cool.
Anyway.
So are you sourcing to any local restaurants right now?
Yes, we have a nice wholesale list of groceries and restaurants in Victor and Driggs and Jackson, whole
Cool.
Wyoming. Yeah.
Have you thought about heading up to Island Park? I know Ponds Lodge, I was up there last night, they mentioned something about wanting to get some local food up there.
Well, they would probably have to come down and get it.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
I know, that's a long drive.
That'd be a long drive. Or it'd be really expensive vegetables.
Yeah. And I see that you've got some alternative energy over here as well.
Yep. I was completely off the grid with a generator backup, but now I'm grid tied and really happy about it. So I don't have to have a generator running all the time. This is a high tunnel that we bought with a cost share program equipped with NRCS. It's been really helpful program for us to help us grow.
And so this is where you do your alfalfa?
This is a field of alfalfa, and on the far side of it where those posts are is, we call it the pig garden, because the pigs have been helping us expand that garden year after year as we slowly grow our operation.
How many head do you have?
There's 13 head here right now.
And so why did you decide not to finish them on grain?
Oh, because you don't need to, that they're not built to eat grain. They haven't evolved to eat grain. And when you finish them with grass, they're lean meat that I like. And I feel like that's the way it should be.
Right.
Yeah. So these are Dexter cows, and they're a small breed of cows. Some people like to breed them to be really small. I don't like them to be miniature, though there is one cow out here that we call short stuff, and she's pretty darn short. I kind of like them this size, this closest one to us, Natty. Anyway, they're great. They're really hardy. They birth really well. They birth on their own. I haven't had a problem yet. And they're easier on the land because they're not quite as heavy. They're not carrying a lot of weight around.
Right.
And they're supposed to be real efficient eaters, and they're supposed to have a good ratio of meat to bone.
Oh, okay.
Also because they're smaller. So we're really happy about that. I believe they're from Ireland originally. Yeah. And there's a number of Dexter producers in the state. When I go shopping on the Dexter site, I see a lot of people from Idaho.
Well, they're beautiful, and your view is beautiful. I'm jealous.
Thank you.
I really am. This is just
real
amazing.
Yes, we're certified organic by the Idaho Department of Agriculture.
Great.
Yeah.
That was probably a challenge.
It is a challenge. It's hard to do the record keeping and stuff. Luckily they have this, I don't know what they call it, but it basically gives us a refund for up to 80% of our costs to become certified. So
an incentive.
yeah,
That's great.
it's really helpful. So we're subsidized too, not just the big wigs.
Mommy, Daniel is leaving.
Okay.
So,
Do you wanna-
because we are an organization that's trying to get genetically modified foods labeled, do you want to talk about that a little bit?
And you'll see us on Thursday.
Good. Well, I just don't trust genetically modified foods. I don't think it's the way food should be. And I certainly don't think it's fair that genetically modified seeds or plants can contaminate non-genetically modified plants.
I know, and I
That's the
mentioned...
bottom line. That's totally unfair.
Yeah, and with you growing organic alfalfa out here, you know, your livelihood is at stake with the deregulation of alfalfa this year.
Right.
It's very, very worrisome.
Yeah. Absolutely. You know, if people want to eat crap, or genetically modified foods, or foods that are from animals that aren't taken care of well, that's their choice. But it should be a conscious choice, and it should be labeled. And I don't think it should be legal that it affects people who are trying to grow natural foods.
Like I said, I had no idea that there was a slow food movement going on in eastern Idaho.
Yeah, it's pretty strong. There's a lot of enthusiasm for what we do. For sure. You know, people want to help us out. People want to buy our products. They say they seek us out in the stores, and the restaurants are getting more and more excited to serve as much local food as possible on both sides of the Tetons. I think it's customer driven.
It really is.
I think people are asking about what's on their plate.
Yep, people are starting to wake up. It's about time. It's been since 1996. Come on.
Right.
But that's what's really great. California, they got it. It will be on the ballot, and they will be able to vote. And I feel like it'll be just a domino effect after that. So
we need states like California and Vermont to show the way.
Yeah, and we need farms like yours to show the way. This is so beautiful, and thank you for having us.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Thank you for the work you do for all of us.
Yeah, for sure.